We're getting killed. I know it sucks. Everybody's pissed off. We're getting killed. Okay, we're down 6% a day. We're getting. I mean, I thought there was. I've been. I didn't think I could get any more wrong over the last few weeks, but I did again. And this morning at the start of the stream, I said I don't think we're breaking 6. Here we are, close the day at 572. We're down after hours as well, and I do have an order in right now for more shares. And for me, it's very simple as to what I'm doing today. Today is a super dramatic day, and I think today is a quintessential day to add. And the reason for that is because when everything is going down, when the sentiment is really fearful and everybody's selling and everyone's panicking, and yet the company that you're looking at is just getting better in value, that's typically an auspicious buy. Why? Just take an example of any company ever in the history, like Amazon, for example, any successful company ever. When their stock price goes down and every key internal business metric gets better, or even a lot of them, or even most of them, the stock price, when it's gone down a lot, it's probably auspicious, and that's exactly what we've seen over the last few weeks. So if you want to sell because the stock is down and it's red and you can't take it anymore, go ahead. I go ahead. It's not for everybody. You have to have diamond hands and diamond balls to do this. There's no other way. But for me, it's very simple as to what I'm doing. It's very simple. You can see I'm adding shares. My portfolio is literally burning today. I mean, it's a fire in a garbage can, essentially. That's what it is. I'm going to show you here at the end. If you want to see the carnage, you'll get to see it. And it's very clear what I'm doing. I'm staying. I'm holding. I told you a long time ago, if we go down with it, if the ship goes down, I'm going down with it. A lot of captains say the same when their boat is afloat, right? Well, the boat is like leaking right now, and it's freaking trying to flood. I'm still here adding shares, and I mean that for real. I mean, it would take something insane to get me to sell. Now today, like fundamental wise. Now today, fundamentally, we've only gotten better. Again, this is the news for today. We've got this is basically leukemia diagnostics, essentially, right? So if we look right here, 34 pediatric leukemias were analyzed by OGM relative to traditional cytogenetic methods, right? So karyotyping FISH and PCR, right? So basically, in 45% of those cases, optical genome mapping provided additional information demonstrating an improvement in diagnostic potential compared to those other methods. That's as simple as it gets, in 45% of cases. So just like the CEO said the other day, yesterday, literally, the Sapphire is not only, and this is a quote from him yesterday, the presentation, it's not only as good as the standard of care, it's better, right? And this just confirms it even more. Now, what does the stock price do? It does what it usually does. Naturally, the price only will go down if we get good news. And, we're not surprised at this point. That's just the new normal. I wonder what would happen if we got bad news. Would we go up? Would it be inverse, or would it be even worse going down? I don't know. Question for the philosophers. But anyways, that is the biggest piece of news today. There's not much else to talk here, right? The CEO's quote here is essentially just recycled from yesterday. We believe these presentations highlight the core advantages of optical genome mapping for developing a superior solution in clinical research for hematological malignancy applications in relative to standard techniques. It's a simple spiel, right? He thinks the Sapphire is better. We know how it is. We've already heard it. I'm not going to read all this to you. There's not much to go over there. We also have options expiring tomorrow, for Bionano on the 16th, I believe. The 16th is when they're expiring for Bionano tomorrow. That's the next batch of calls and puts expiring. And then for the market, we have a ton of stuff expiring on the 15th and 16th here in July. We're going to go over that very quickly. And then also the average monthly stock market returns. Right? Everybody's talking about market crash now. Everybody's freaking out. I mean, I'm scared as well, right? I bought UVXY today, right? And a little bit of a risk management sort of thing for reasoning. But I do want to go over kind of what the next few months are looking like as far as that goes. And quarter earnings. I want to give you a specific price target and prediction based on for quarter two earnings, because right now everybody's freaking the hell out. Everybody's wondering, is it time, Brandon? Is it time to pack it in, right? I get comments. Every single time Bionano goes down significantly, right? Every single downtrend. This one, and this one. All of them, there are messages that I get. Brandon, it's time to pack it in. You had fun. It's time to end the channel, right? It's time to sell out. It's time to give up. You were wrong. And every single time I tell them the same thing, which is the company's only gotten better. If you're selling now to go buy stuff, if you're selling low and buying something high, be my guest. But I'll be dead before I let that happen to myself, especially when the company's fundamentally increasing exponentially, right? So also we'll go over the price action as well and my obliterated portfolio. So it'll be a fun time. One other thing I would like to highlight here is this is essentially the exact same thing he said yesterday, but I would like to say that he said again that the increased number of presentations here on the leukemia research this time was because of the adoption in Europe, which is really weird because if we go over here again, I said this already, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, unless there's a ton of Europe sales that we don't know about. We already know about 13 Sapphire sales. Most of these are in China. He's giving and attributing all of this extra research that's been going on the last few weeks in these publications apparently through for and buy to the Europe sales. Like, so that by itself makes me even more confident about quarter two, right? I mean, that's just as simple as it gets, right? Okay, so also the options expirations here. So if we go to the option chain, tomorrow we have options expiring, and we have a fair amount of puts expiring and calls. If you look at the open interest, this is how many contracts are actually out there right now that are still being held, right? You're looking at many more calls, but still a decent amount of puts, especially relative to what they were last time. Look at how much this put went up today, and but though that's going to be some more volume for the stop, right? It's hard to say what exactly this is going to mean for the stop price, but it's definitely going to mean more volume, that's for sure, in the next few days. Expiring contracts, exercising more buying power for these people that are gonna hopefully buy more shares, right? Hopefully they're gonna take their money that they made from hedging their bets and then throwing it back into BNGO, as we're at very auspicious support level right now, in my opinion. But we'll see, right? It can mean one thing it's going to mean for sure is more volume. So what else we have? Not that. Let's go here. This is the average monthly stock market returns from 1980 to 2018. This is the S&P. So essentially, we're in July right now, and we're actually I'm not flipping bearish, okay? And now on the broader, I kind of am a bear on the broader markets, short to mid term. I'm a full bull on BNGO, but one thing I worry about BNGO, one reason why I worry about BNGO and why I don't dump the rest of my buying power in right now is because of the markets. And this is one reason why. This is not the main reason or even close to it, but we're heading into the 2 worst months of the year on average for the S&P. And, BNGO's gone down 50% with the markets going way up. And, a lot of people say, Brandon, what would BNGO do if the markets went way down? And I always say, well, the rubber band effect is still going to be real. So I don't think it's something we need to like totally freak out about, as long as you have a little bit of buying power, just in case, right? Everyone should have a little bit of buying power, essentially. It's something to know, right? So having buying power on you is never a bad idea. Am I saying we're going to dip? No, hell no. I think we can dip, obviously, but, between me and you, I'm just as confident now in the long term and the company of BNGO just right now as I was when we were valued at $9 a share. I'm actually more confident right now because we got so many more great news. Also, the quarter two earnings, right? So I'll just say it right now, right? You can take a note of this and write this down if you're one of the bears that's just watching the channel, so you can speak, so you can chime in whenever I'm wrong about something and you were right about something, which is totally fine. My prediction is this: I think we're going to get a revenue beat, and I think it's likely that we get a revenue beat, and I think it's likely that we go up to $7 or $8 a share. If not, if it's a small revenue beat and the markets go down, we could hit a little lower than that. But I think if earnings is what I think it is going to be, I think we're gonna do well, and that's right around the corner, right? I think earnings is gonna be kick ass. I've been right on my last 2 earnings projections. I think this one is gonna be very good. Obviously, it's hard to predict earnings, but I'm thinking it's good based on the evidence that I've seen, right? From my point of view, it's very simple. You see the evidence that I have. It's 13 average options. I'm not going to go through it again because I'm boring myself at this point. But it's simple evidence and reasoning justifying such a bullish prediction for earnings, in my opinion. At least, okay, so that's the quarter two earnings predictions, sort of. I'm sorry for the vagueness, but it's damn hard to freaking predict the earnings, given earnings price target, right? Plus, so yeah. But talking about the price action today, okay, so essentially it's shit. It's shite. It's the price action has got its head up its arse. Okay, we broke below the ascending level of support. Another chart pattern that has been invalidated. We're a little bit far. The bottom Bollinger Band is freaking free falling, which is obviously horrible. That just means the floor is way lower. But the bullish thing is that we closed above the 200-day EMA, and it looks like we're kind of bouncing off it, right? We essentially kissed it, right? The 200-day EMA is at 568. We hit 570. We're essentially right at it, and I think it's very likely that this is the bottom. I know you probably hate to hear that because I've been saying that for pretty much weeks, essentially. At least 1 or 2 or 1.5 weeks, something like that. So. But I gotta tell you the truth. I don't from my perspective, it doesn't make sense, the fundamental valuation. And from the technical standpoint, last time we came down to the 200-day EMA and the 200-day SMA, that was basically the bottom, right? Also, if you look at the RSI, this is a good indicator here. We are now at 35, and the last time we were at 35, okay, you guessed it, we were at $4.30, and that was before a 100% run up in less than a month. Right. Okay. Now you may wonder, Brandon, what about your Bollinger Band thing the other day? Right. You said we were at the bottom of Bollinger Band. You said we were going to likely hit the 21 SMA because of that. That's right. And it looks like out of the four, it was what, one, two, three, four. 4 out of 4 times my little thing here, my little figure that you hit the bottom Bollinger Band or almost hit it. You go back to the middle. You go back to the middle one essentially, or at least get really close to it. We got kind of close. We didn't hit it though, and that was wrong. 4 out of 4 times. Now it's 4 out of 5 times, and I'm hoping that we do end up actually correcting to this, improving this 5 out of 5 coming through, but it's kind of not happening because we already set a lower low, right? That's your buy center right there. You're in the red right now. That's not how it's supposed to go. But anyways, nonetheless, we're still pretty damn oversold. The stochastic indicator is not looking amazing. I mean, there's nothing really great about the price action except the fact that we are, and also talking about the Supertrend, the SAR, okay? You got the bearish flip a couple days ago, right? And you're in bearish territory. I mean, there's no other way to say it. We're in bearish territory from essentially almost every single indicator that's pretty important that there is, essentially. Now, what we're hoping is that we get a bounce off the 200-day EMA and/or the 200-day simple moving average. I think it's very likely that we do. And at the end of the day, I don't really care what happens with these lines here with the price action, because at the end of the day, whether high growth goes up or down from here, quarter two earnings will dictate whether we're at $7 a share or $5 a share. That's what it's going to be. And there's a lot of it's going to be an interesting day. That's going to be a fun day when earnings comes out mid-August. And with that being said, let's go ahead and show you that decimation of the portfolio there. Let's go ahead and show you that blood, the death and blood. There it is. And there it is. I'm holding all my shares, and I'm actually adding more shares. I'm trying to, at least, right? I'm trying to get the order filled at 570. It will not budge. The manipulators are getting in here, but I'm not. I'm just messing around. But yeah, with that being said, thank y'all so much. This is not financial advice. I will see y'all. Diamond hands, diamond balls, baby. That's my only recommendation. Make your own decision, though. That's what I'm doing. Okay, you guys know what I'm doing. I'm holding through. Simple as it gets. I'll see you guys in the live stream tomorrow. Thank you so much. This is not financial advice. I'll see y'all in the next one.